morning and welcome to Tuesday's Freestyle. Make sure that you've got enough room and that you are healthy enough to do the class. So we're going to take ourselves into our mountain pose, turning our feet, making sure that we're lifting up our thighs, engaging our pelvic floor but not our abdominals, let them be loose. Roll the shoulders back down. You can bring the hands to prayer, you can take it into a hand mudra, anything you want. I forgot what I was doing there. Lotus flower. So up to you, whichever one you want to do. You can also do any breathing exercise that you feel like doing. But I'm just going to get you to watch your breath. But you're just bringing yourself to this moment. So we're going to close our eyes and just get rid of the day. Any of them thoughts come into your head, just tell them to go away, label them, past, present, future. Just bring yourself to this time, this hour. It's all about you, nobody else. We're going to let our chin drop down as we breathe out, and as we breathe in, we're going to bring our head backwards. Breathing out on the way down, and in to move back. And last set. Bringing it back to centre. Just going to turn the feet on. So, if we take our legs apart and take into a wide stance, making sure that we're pushing down through the outside edge, we're not letting the feet roll in. And we're lifting up the arches of the feet. Again, we're not letting them drop. So we're using, you'll find as soon as you try to lift the arch, you'll feel the inner thighs start to work. So with this, we're taking our arms up above our head. Oh. And you in. Gosh. So we're taking our arms up above our head, lifting them up, and keeping our legs nice and wide. We're going to breathe out, taking the arms down towards the floor. As we breathe in, we're lifting the head, lifting the arms. I'm going to mute you in a second. And I'm just going to make sure that you're mute. Cool. Our feet are nice and wide, toes pointing forward. We're breathing in, lifting, And we're breathing out, we're reaching forward. We're breathing in, we're lifting up. Breathing out, taking it down. Breathing in, lift. Let's do 2 more. And our last one. Taking the arms down to the side. So we're going to take our legs wide. So our legs are nice and wide, a little bit wider than our hips. We're taking our hands behind our back. We're going to breathe in, roll back, and breathe out, come forward. Let's do 3 more. Breathe out, breathe in. 2 more. And last one. So again, taking the arms out, thumbs up. We're going to reach over to the side. Bring it up. And take it over the other side. I'm just going to let whoever's in, I think it's Jenny. Keep going. Everyone's a little late tonight. Let's do 1 more on each side. Lovely. So we're keeping our feet wider than our hips, and we're going to reach round to the side. As we breathe out, breathe in back to the center, breathe out, take it to the other side. Let's do 1 more on each side. Bring it back. Bring the arms down. So we're going to take it into caterpillar. I'm going to bring the screen down a little. So with caterpillar, we're turning the feet out. So last time they were facing forward. Now we're turning the toes out to the side so the knees bend. We're bringing the shoulders and the hips backwards. We're going down and we're curling back up again. As we get to the top, the shoulders and the hips pull back. The chest goes down. We bend the knees. We curl back up. So here we go. Let's bring it up and down. We're going to do 2 more. And bringing it back up. So if we bring our hands into our cow face, if you need to, have your band And then one hand comes up, one hand goes down. If you can grab the hands, grab the hands. So from here, we're going to take our legs into eagle. So we're sitting down, we're bringing our leg over, and we're taking it into eagle pose. Oops. Reaching the arms up. And then undo the arms, undo the legs. Let's try the other side. So arms go back. Remember, use elastic or a band if you need to. Use your hair if you need to as well. Grab hold of your hair. Sometimes that's what I do. Grab my hair and hold the hair. So again, sit down, bring the leg over. If it can go all the way into eagle, brilliant. If not, you can just hold it on the floor. I'm going to drop the camera down in a second so you can see my feet rather than my arms. So what I'm doing, I'm bringing it down. Let me just change the direction of the camera so you can see my feet. So it's the same thing with our hands. We're taking the hands up. We're sitting down. Now let's try the opposite leg. So the last time we went the same leg in the air over. Let's go the opposite. The foot can be on the floor, it can tuck behind. Lift the elbows up, reach up. And undo, undo. Let's change hands. And change legs. And undo. Lovely. Let's bring it into our feet. So here we're going to do a mime strut. So we're just going to push our feet forward, drop off, heel back. Now with this you want to try and lock out the leg so you're pushing the knee back to try and stretch the back of the knee quite quickly. And then let's bring it back in. So we're going to take ourselves into our mountain pose. Bringing our legs in line with our hips, engaging our toes, pulling them up and filling our thighs, inside thigh, back thighs, bum, side muscles. Pulling in the pelvic floor, pulling in the abdominals, bringing the hands to prayer. Tucking the chin in, closing the eyes if you can. What do you want? Think about yourself. What do you want? So we're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up, reaching back. As we breathe out, take the hands down to the floor into a forward bend. Bend them knees if you feel you need to. Step back with your right foot. Let the hips drop. Remember, you can stay here. You can come up. You can lift the arms up if you want. You don't have to. Take the hands back down. Step back to down dog. Push them heels to the floor. If you want to do a little walk, you can as well to help stretch them legs, stretch the backs of them calves. Come up onto your tiptoes, roll forward, bring it into a plank position. Make sure the elbows are facing forward, they're not facing in. You're going to take the elbows back, bring the chest down, lift to cobra, shoulders back, head lifted, lovely. Tuck the toes, push back to down dog. Lift the left foot up in the air, and you might find that the heel of the right foot will go down a little bit further. Pull the knee in towards your chest and step forward. Again, let the hips drop, lift up if you want. Remember, you can always drop that knee if you find it's too much. Bring the hands back in, push back, step forward into that forward bend. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, breathe in, reach back. Breathe out, let's go down again. Breathe in, look forward to a half bend. Breathe out, step the right, wrong leg. Step the left leg back. Breathe in, lift. Breathing out, back to that down dog. Breathe in, come up onto the tiptoe. Breathe out into plank. Breathe in, lift into up dog. And breathe out, back to down dog. Lift the right leg up as you're breathing in. And breathe out, step it through your hands. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out to that forward bend. Breathe in, lift. Reach back, hands together in prayer, breathe out. Bring it back down. Lovely. So, we're going to go into straight leg triangle. I'm going to keep it here for a minute, I'll bring it up in a few moments. You're having your feet facing forward. Keeping the hips in line, you're going to try and turn one foot out, but you don't want the hip to come round. You want to keep it pulling back. You don't want that leg dropping in, make sure you're pushing with the outside edge of the foot. And if you need to, you can have a block, or if you need to, you can have a chair and bring it to the top of the chair, to the seat of the chair, so it doesn't have to be all the way to the floor. It's wherever you want to go. You can lean it on the leg, but make sure that it's not on the knee, so you're not pushing the knee back. That there's always, you're not locking that leg out, you've got a slight little bend in it, but if you lift the toes up, you're tightening up all the muscles around here. Okay? So I'm going to bring the thing up, so I'm not talking to me leg. Now with the hands, you can have the hands out, you can have the hands up, or if you find that the shoulder's too much, you can always place the hand on the back and help to twist you backwards. So it's up to you what you do with the hand. If you're going to take the hand out, then make sure that it's always the thumb that leads. Don't try to bring it up in that direction, otherwise it will just push you forward. So if you bring the shoulder back, it'll roll you backwards and then lift. But be aware of what's happening with your shoulder. So let's set ourselves up. We're going to turn the foot out to the side, keeping them hips together. We're bringing the arm out. We're breathing out, reaching over. Breathe in, and as we breathe out again, we're bringing ourselves down. So I've gone to a block, right by my foot. Trying to bring the hands right up so that you're making a lovely straight line from the tops of your fingers all the way through the body. We don't want that hip pulling forward, we want the hip pulling backwards. We want to push through the outside edge of the feet so that we're lifting the bridge up. If we can, we turn and we look up towards that hand. But we don't want to have the head tucked in, we want to have it lifted so that we're releasing the chin. If it feels too much there, you can always look forward or you can always look down. We're going to lift out of here. So imagine someone's in the ceiling, they're going to lift you up and pull you out. Bringing the hands down. So let's lift the toe. You can move your block over. So turning the foot out on the other side, keep that hip pulling back. Thumbs up, reach out, breathe out, take it down. Lift the arm. Now remember, you can always take that hand behind the back and pull it back, and that'll help if you find that it's too much on that lower back. We're pushing down through the outer edge of both feet. And then we're lifting up. And we're coming back up. Oh, Savannah's coming in. Just going to let somebody in. So let's do the other side. So again, we're going to turn the foot out. We're going to reach over. We're going to bring the hand down to the floor, or to the block, or to the leg. We're pulling back, we're locking up, we're stretching out. And then we're going to breathe in to lift. Hello. And bring it back down. So lift the toe, bring it in. Let's try the other side. So we're turning the foot out. We're reaching over. We're taking it down, lifting the arm up, stretching towards the ceiling, pulling that hip back. Lovely. You might find it easier to breathe into the top lung and breathe out through the bottom one. And we're going to lift up and lift ourselves back out, turning the foot in. So the feet are going to stay the same, but I'll just show you that again. So what's happening with the feet and what we can do with the legs as well. We're going to take it into a twist. So again, you're turning the foot out and you're turning the body round. Now what you need is your hips facing forward, but sometimes this back leg feels as if it's coming up and it's going to twist up. If you have to, you bring the foot in so that the hips are both facing forward. You can again go down onto a chair, onto a block. You're bringing the block, and if you're bringing a block, you're having it on the inside of your foot. You're placing your opposite hand here. The other hand can go onto the back. It can twist, or again, thumbs up, lift it up, and you may find it will push you down in that position. When you're coming out, come the hand down, lift out through here, lift up through there. So it's exactly the same movement, okay? And that gives the hips a different chance to move round. So let me bring it back up. So remember, if you want your block, use a block. There's no shame in having a block. Turn your body round. Now adjust that foot so them hips are forward. Taking the arm, the opposite arm, you're going to take that, twist into the side, to the back, and bringing it down, lifting the hand up, trying to reach the body backwards, trying to twist back as much as you can. If you think about your breathing in this position, it changes slightly. And it should be more of a diagonal breath. So we're bringing the hand down. We're going to swap it for the hand that's on the floor or the block. We're lifting that hand up. That man's going to grab us in the air and lift us back up again. And we're bringing both our feet back to centre. So let's try the other side. Turn the foot out. Turn the body round. Get the hips facing forward. The opposite hand, We reach it forward, we can bring it down, we can open that other hand up and out towards the back. Lovely. That's it, so your thumb should be over your head. Perfect. And then see if you can lift it a little bit straighter so that you're getting a straight line from one finger all the way down through the shoulders. We're going to bring that top hand down. We're going to open at the front and we're going to lift back up. Turn the feet, bring it in. Here we go. One more. Open the hands, turn the foot, turn the body. Float forward, bring that opposite hand down. Bring the other hand up into the air. Remember, you can always take the hand by the back as well if it feels too much. Take that top hand down, open at the front, and lift back up. Turn the foot in, let's go around the other way, so turning out. Going forward, taking the hand down, twisting to look round the back. Take that hand down, open at the front, lift up. Lovely. Bring the hands down, bring the feet back in. Give yourself a little shake. So from here, we're going to go into half moon pose. So I'm going to chop the camera again so you can see the feet rather than my upper body because I'm going down. So with half moon pose, you're bending your knees, bringing your hands down. From here, you're lifting one leg up in the air. You're then opening the hands up to the side, stretching the leg up, trying to stretch in. To come out of this, you're pushing up to standing. Okay? So, let's have another go. We're going to bend the knees, bring the hands down to the floor. Lift one of your legs off the floor, and then it's the same hand. So if it's the left leg, it's the left hand, lifts up. And again, if you want, you can have your hands on a block if you feel you need to. Keep trying to lift your leg a little bit higher, trying to twist the body round. And then we're going to push up and lift ourselves out. Trip over my plate. So let's try the other side. So we're bending the knees, we're bringing our hands down to the floor, but we're still looking forward. We're lifting the other leg off the floor. We're lifting the hand up in the air. We're trying to lift the foot as high as it can go, twisting our body into half moon. And then we're pushing up and bringing ourselves out. Lovely. So we've done it from the floor. Now let's see if we can go from the standing to the floor. So we take our feet apart, take our arms so thumbs are up. Bring ourselves onto one foot. Flex the foot. See if we can bring ourselves to the floor. Lovely. Keep kicking that leg up. Keep trying to twist round up to the ceiling. Getting a straight line right through the shoulders, right through the body. and pushing back up. Lovely. So working all the sides, all your side muscles, the foot thighs of your arms. So let's do it again to the other side. So taking the thumbs up, moving the weight over, flexing the foot, letting the body or let gravity decide where it wants to go. You just kind of, sometimes it does flow, you just throw you down. Oops. And then let's bring ourselves back up. Lovely. Let me bring it in. So we're going to do a crescent moon, a standing crescent moon, and that'll hopefully pull out some of them hips, our bum muscles. We're standing with our legs, bringing our legs together. So if it feels too uncomfortable to have them completely together, then again, have them in line with your hips. But if you can, bring them completely together. Turn the thumbs, bring the hands up, and if you can get them to touch, get them to touch. But if you feel like you're kind of squashed up, then keep the arms apart, keep the shoulders down. You want to have a gap between your shoulders and your ears. You don't want to be up here, you want to be here. Now we're going to take it over to the side. We're pushing our hips to the side, but we're not bending forward. We're trying to keep as straight as possible. We're breathing into that top lung and we're going to try and breathe out through the bottom. But we're kind of pushing our hips over. And then we're going to breathe in, lifting it up. And let's breathe out, take it over the other side. And lift it. And let's do the other side. And bringing it up, take the hands down. Lovely. Strong shoulders, strong shoulders. Give them a shake. We're taking it into dancer's pose, but we'll do something again, works the shoulders and the arms a bit differently. Normally we just do dancer's pose by pulling here, and you can always do this version if you haven't got an elastic, a band. Now if you've got a band, it can be, like I said, it can be off your what's it called, your dressing gown. But if you make a kind of slip knot, it makes it a bit easier. So you take, for a slip knot, you take it round there, you take it, the hoop that you brought in, you turn that and you just make a knot, and then it becomes a slip knot. So, right, let me do that again. So with a slip knot, you're making the loop, and then it's the loop that you made, not the bit that's through, forget that bit, but the loop that you've made, make a knot in that. And then it just should slide up and down. The noose should, it's like a noose. Right, one more. It's because it's dark, this. So you're making the loop. It goes around. It goes under itself. So you're just making a knot with, this bit, not with this bit. This bit you leave and it'll pull in and out. That'll do. It'll work. Trust me, it'll work. So, now if you go to fall, let go of the rope. Or let go of your hand if you're going to fall. You're going to stick the loop around your foot. Then with the rope, you're bringing it over your palm. You're lifting it up and you're bringing your elbow up in the air and grabbing hold with both hands. You're walking your hands down, looking up, pulling that band. Good. If you're doing it without, then you're going to hold the arm up in the air and reach back, look up. So either one of those is perfect. This one with the rope, with the elastic rope, pulls the hands into the right position, so eventually they'll grab the foot if you're flexible enough and young enough. And then releasing, and let's try the other side. So make sure it hooks around your ankle, that way it won't pop off. The elbows going up, you're grabbing hold with the other hand, you're lifting the foot up, you're looking up. If you feel you're going to drop, just you let go of the rope and the foot will drop back down. Good. Lovely. Okay, last one. One more each side. I'll do it the other way. Yep. She said, and then falls over herself. Changing sides. And bringing it back down. Lovely. Give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take it down onto the floor. But of course we go down nicely. We're going to take it into a forward bend. So forward bend, step or jump back. The down dog, come down onto your knees. Push down to child. And then roll up from here. Lovely. We're going to take it into crouching tiger. So from our knees, we're bringing one foot forward. We're bringing our hands down on the inside of our leg, tucking our toe at the back and lifting our knee off. And we're just dropping our hip down. We can bend the elbows. Just bouncing, and we'll feel the stretch on the psoas muscle at the back leg. We'll feel it underneath at the front leg. So we're going to take it down and we're going to change legs. So bringing the foot in. Having the arms on the inside of the leg, tucking the back toe, lifting it off, taking it back as far as it will go. Let the hips drop. We're taking it down, we're going to swap. Now if you've got cushions, pillows, blocks, anything like that, you may want one. You might be able to get your elbows down. You might not be able to get them all the way to the floor, but you might get them down. So again, the foot comes in, that back leg goes back. You might be able to get the elbows onto a block, onto a pillow or anything. Just letting your head drop. Let the body relax. And taking the hands off, bring the knee down. Let's change sides. Last one. So lifting it up. Lift the knee off at the back. See if you can get your elbows onto the floor, onto a block, onto a cushion, anything. And taking it down, bring the legs back. Let's bring ourselves down onto the floor. We're going to bring ourselves into Cobra. So we're rolling our shoulders back. We're taking our hands underneath our chest, our shoulders. We're going to breathe in, lifting up, trying to lift the hips off the floor, but keeping the knees down. Lift the head up. And then curl it back down. Let the head drop down. Everything relaxes. So next time we're gonna lift up, and we're gonna see we can move our neck and look down over our shoulders. But you want to keep that head lifted. So we're lifting in, shoulders back. Legs are still down, but the hips are lifted. We're lifting the head up, we're rolling it over. And we're having a look down towards our toes, and then up and over to the other side. Have a think what's happening with the muscles in the back and the stomach. Are they doing nothing, or are they working? And then we're going to bring it back to centre. Roll it down. Let the head drop, let the elbows drop. We're going to try to lift our knees off the floor, taking it into up facing dog. Now this is really painful, then just take the knees back down. You're pushing with the tops of the feet, so you're not onto your tiptoes, your feet are down, and you're trying to lift the knees by pushing into the top of the floor, and the knees will lift off the floor. But again, if it feels too much, let the knees relax. Okay? So hands come under the shoulders, shoulder blades roll back. We're lifting up, our hips are lifting, then we're lifting our knees off the floor. Lifting up. Keep pushing with the hands. Let the hips feel as they want to drop. The back wants to reach back a bit further. So we're taking the knees down, we're rolling down, we're bringing the head in. We're bringing our hands under our shoulders, pushing back to our knees, and we're going to bring ourselves with a jump up into down dog. Now we're walking our feet so that we can get our feet flat down. You want to, again, if you need to bend the knees, if they won't go, then bend the knees, that's fine. But you're pushing into down dog. Trying to push them heels to the floor. Imagine somebody's grabbing hold of your ankles and pushing your ankle bones to the floor. As if someone's grabbed your bum and they're pulling your bum up into the air and pulling it backwards. Let your head relax. You can let your head move if you want, forwards, backwards, side, side. Doing all the exercises that we normally do on our neck, but upside down is beautiful. Bit weird, but beautiful. So we're going to bring ourselves down onto our knees. We're going to do a twist this time. So if you want to watch first, I'll do it backwards, might be easier. So you're coming back up, you're pushing back. You're bending the knee, grabbing hold with the opposite leg, and you're pulling and twisting. Let me do it sideways. So bending the knee, grab hold, drop the leg, and pull the body through. And then we can do the other side, pulling the body through. Okay, lovely. Perfect. And with that, you're kind of stretching the back. So when you're ready, make sure that you go down into child. So let's do one more, pulling to the side. And then change into the other side. Now the whole time you're doing this, your arms are getting very strong because you're putting all the weight, or a third of the weight, into your hands. And then we're going to bring ourselves down onto our knees. So from here, we're keeping our toes together, but we're taking our knees apart. And from there, we're pushing back into child, reaching our hands over. Come up onto your fingertips and really push your back down. Now, most of the time, we just use child as kind of a little thing in between, a little relaxation in between positions. But child is a position in itself. So we're going to hold this, push it, and you'll feel a beautiful stretch right through your shoulder blades, right down into that lower back. You're going to bring your right hand, palm up, and take it underneath the left hand. Keep pushing the body down, so the hand is over the head, and you're pushing down, but you're letting the head rest on the floor, you're letting the shoulder rest. You'll feel that stretch through that lat muscles at the back, through the shoulders as well. Let's take that hand out and let's change, bringing the left hand under, the head goes down, the right hand comes over by the ear, but it's still pushing. And then bring the body back up. Bring the hands down by your side. Either turn the head to the left or turn it to the right, whichever way you want. Let the shoulders roll forward, the palms turn up, the elbows relax down. And with this, you should feel this stretch again more into the bum, into the thighs. But again, a nice stretch for the neck. You're going to change the position of the neck, so you're going to turn your head and look in the opposite direction. Now one side will feel perfect, one side will feel weird, and it's usually the second time you turn your head, that's the weird side. We always turn it to our good side. Bringing our hands back under our shoulders, and we're going to roll ourselves back up. Lovely. So I'm going to get you to lie yourself down. So you can go into corpse pose or you can sit up. I'm going to bring the light over. If you want to, you could stare at the light. And that'll help me. It's called gazing, and if you stare at something and try not to blink, it should help your eyes to water. And the eyes watering is really good because I was going to say it navigates it. It irrigates the eyes and gets rid of any dust particles, anything that's rubbish that's in the eye. It's also, if you're staring at a computer all day, remember to make yourself nice and warm. Choose any position that feels better for you. Think about your breathing. Try to make sure that the facial muscles are relaxed, the body's relaxed. Accept thoughts coming into your head, just ask them to go, or label them, blow them away. relaxed. Start to feel movement through the toes and the fingers, through the wrists and the ankles, through the knees and the elbows, through the shoulders and the hips, up through the chest and the back and the neck and the head. No matter where you are, if you want to, maybe you don't have to, but reaching the hands above the head, breathing in. And as you're breathing out, letting everything relax. Big breath in, reaching one hand and then the other. The side ribs open. Breathe out when you need to. If you're lying down, you may want to pull the knees up towards your chest and take the legs round in a circle, massaging the lower back. If you're sitting cross legs, you may want to do the upper body, so going round in a circle still with the upper body, and then changing directions. When you're ready,